Hey, JulesBlessedVegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. We're in the middle of a self-care challenge, and this is already day 15. To be fair, today's day 14. I always do it one day ahead. No matter what, you're just right on time to join us for self-care. Go back and look or don't go back and look. It's all good. I've got my rainy day hair going. It was rainy. It was windy like no one's business. I mean, my gosh. Right out of Mary Poppins when everybody was just like flying in the streets. Oh my gosh, so bad. I don't even know. It was probably 50-mile gusts and just pouring rain. We had some snow flurries, which was interesting. It's all gone. You know, it's just an hour here out. It's like all gone. That's the way the high desert operates. So interesting. I am very tired, but a happy tired because I stayed up and got all my report cards done. I got all my awards done today, but yeah, I was up until after midnight. I was so happy that today was a no day on the arms challenge that we're doing because I needed a break. If you're interested in that arms challenge, we're only on day 8. Yeah, we're just going literally each day of the month. So we're only on day 8. You can go back a few videos and see what that challenge looked like. I was just so happy because I need that break, but I know tomorrow's going to kick my butt. And that's okay too. Today for day 14 was to drink tea. It was to replace your coffee or energy drink with tea. And I chose just regular tea. I don't do green tea because I try not to do caffeine. But I very much enjoyed my tea as part of getting in my 16 cups, ideally, of fluid. And for me, it's easy to get 4 cups in the morning, 4 cups in the day, 4 cups in the evening. And then I know a lot of people never drink fluid after a certain time because they don't want to get up at night. But I actually get thirsty in my sleep, and so I drink 4 cups during the night as well. And in a 24-hour cycle, I pretty much have a gallon of fluid all the time. So yeah. They recommended if you are someone who already is trying to get off the caffeine, then of course green tea, which is very minimal in natural caffeine, would be your choice. All right, for day 15, it is to start a food journal. Now, I know a lot of you guys who are rosters, meaning you came from like Tanny Raw Resets and stuff, you've been doing a food journal forever, and that's awesome. There is a hyperlink on a journal that you can print out, but it says start a food journal detailing what's literally been on your plate. Don't generalize, don't fix it. Whenever I'm about to lose my program, I start generalizing. So I go from very specific to clean, but one element that I didn't want. But like I don't do it literally anymore. And it really gives me wiggle room to seriously jeopardize my program. So it says if you have any food sensitivities, again, that's our hyperlink. This is a great way to figure out the foods that make you feel your best and the ones that don't. Like you can't change what you don't see. You've got to write it down to see what the problem is. It's recommended to not only take notes of the food you eat, but to also observe how it made you feel, both physically and mentally. It's super important. I like an insightful food journal. Really is fantastic. I went ahead and clicked on that link because I'm going to just briefly read through what are the benefits of having a food journal. I'm so glad you asked. So it says, think certain foods might be the culprit for your digestive issues, headaches, fatigue. When I used to get really bad migraines, I went through all of this because I was trying to figure it out. Like, there are foods that trigger migraines. And it could be fermented foods, which, of course, now I really appreciate, like making my own sauerkraut. But it was definitely things like chocolate, wine, fermented, like there was a bunch of stuff. So I am familiar with doing this. Some people say omit everything and then just slowly add stuff back in. I don't really have issues now, but I do think it's a good idea. So it says, grab a notebook. Food journals can serve as a useful organization tool to help you track what foods you are taking in, when you experience symptoms, and how the two might be connected. Food journaling can also encourage accountability when making dietary changes. Why? The simple act of self-monitoring a behavior can promote changes that help you reach a goal, like eating foods that make you feel good instead of causing symptoms. If you're undertaking a 2-part elimination diet, That's what I'm talking about, where you get rid of everything and add it back in. It's where you temporarily eliminate certain foods from your diet and then add them back while watching for symptoms. A food journal helps you keep track of key dates, like when you started the elimination phase and when you completed it and when you began the add back challenge. It's also a good way to record your observations following each reintroduction of a particular food. I'm trying to be, as part of my self-care, really in tune with how I'm feeling when I'm suddenly feeling super compulsive. It usually means something's going on around me that I feel that I can't control. And I want to control my food, right? Because it's like the one thing. And I paused today because I was just starting to lose it. And part of that is I start abusing myself mentally. Not only do I get obsessed about some kind of food that I want, but I start just putting myself down. It's really bad. And so I was able to just calm down, recognize it, recognize that I felt out of control, fearful, and luckily I made it through my day and was so grateful to not participate. All right, tips for effective food journaling. 1, choose your preferred journaling method: a notebook, a free downloadable template online, an app. Tanny Raw, and again, if you don't know her, look her up on every social media platform for health. And you can certainly go up to my search and just put in Tanny Raw. But she always recommended like an actual journal. She recommended not having the spiral so you weren't tempted to pull out any mistakes. She liked fair lines. I kind of like wider lines like this. I don't care if the lines are fair per se, but I do want lines to guide me. I like to have a little bookmark, if you will, with that string. And this was a good theme for me, living the dream. So yeah, I don't mind doing that. And I do think it is very helpful, to record your food. And then it says set aside specific times. You might even want to set a reminder on your phone throughout the day to write in your journal. Keep note of things beyond just the food, such as symptoms and mood observations. Example for a food journal template, and they have one where they literally write in one column what the food is, then they write when the date was removed, if that's your gig, when it was added back in, notes on how it affected them, and even like little emojis for was it good, bad, whatever. I'm not really in a place where I need to do that. Then it said you'd start by temporarily eliminating your list of suspect foods. Why do I always feel sick when I eat fill in the blank? How come if I eat fill in the blank, I feel this way or have a headache or whatever, Gradually add those foods back to your diet and record any symptoms connected with the food that you add back. With the simple template shown above, you just log the date you removed a food from your diet and the date you reintroduced it, and jot down symptoms you experienced and other observations in the notes column. That's just straight up. Okay, so yeah, interesting. Let me go back. I'll go ahead and include this article in the description of the video because there was one other element that I was interested in. Benefits of keeping a food journal. Examples of a food journal. Let's go back one more. Start a food journal and food sensitivities. Just a second. I'm going to go ahead and look at what it says about that. Okay, they sell a lab test for food sensitivities. Everybody does, right? All of a sudden. Seems like everybody does. It's amazing. Trends. So amazing. Okay, I am going to click on that food journal, though. And I will include that in the description of the video. All right, my friends, like if you like, join us if you haven't, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you. Where are you? Are you maintaining your food journal? Are you ready to restart a food journal? Have you done the elimination diet and the re-adding diet? And has that worked for you? I'd love to know in the comments below. And as always, know that you're blessed.